What's up, everybody? Brett here. Today going over another dev blog for Battle Brothers. It's a small one today. I kind of debated whether or not to do it, but I was like, you know what? Why miss a week? There might be some information in here that's worth going over. I've had a lot of real life stuff going on in the background. Most of it not very happy, but maybe I'll talk about that another day. For the most part, though, I've still been very much looking forward to Battle Brothers. Look at this art. That dude's not having a good day. And this website just always wants my cookies. Very inappropriate. Anyway, 139, the Serpent. So the bestiary of the South grows by another entry as we take a look at a scaled and slithery opponent. This week, the Serpent. Read on. Okay, curious how they'll make a snake, inventive. While much of the South is made up of barren wasteland, the seas of sand are dotted with green islands that promise the treasure most sparse in these parts. Water. Water means life in the great deserts, and so any caravan seeking to travel them will hop from one oasis to the next. They are lush refuges teeming with life, but also with danger, for they are home to a slithery predator, the Serpent. Now, if they're tied to some sort of let me keep reading before I make speculations, but it seems like they might make water a thing. So the Serpent is a large, non-venomous snake that preys on animals and humans alike in and around oases. Well camouflaged on the ground, they are not always easily spotted from afar. Maybe they have some sort of stealth mechanic. But they are also slower on the world map than other beasts. Okay, so they don't chase you as far, but you can't see them potentially until you're right on top of them. That is interesting. So indeed, some sort of ambush mechanic. Using their forked tongue to sample the air, they have a directional sense of smell that can hunt equally well in the darkness of night as they can in the bright of day. In battle, a serpent will seek to wind itself around their prey, very annoying, to constrict their movement and breath, and to drag them away from allies where they can be more easily killed in isolation. So they're basically like the tentacles from the Kraken. Similar to human opponents using the hook skill of billhooks, serpents can pull apart a formation, drag your men into being surrounded by several opponents, and expose your back line. Although serpents are not venomous, they will attack using their fangs until their victim is either dead or limp enough to be devoured whole. Yeah, that sucks. Serpents can be dangerous for anyone traveling the south, but they also offer an opportunity for earning crowns. The body of a serpent is covered with overlapping scales of different colors. Aha, that rainbow scale from the... Hold on, we gotta look at it. Boom. That's gotta be from the serpents. Remember how I was like, what the hell is this from? I think we figured it out, guys. I think it's from the serpents. Awesome. We were speculating, and I think now that's pretty clear. And some serpent skin, particularly rainbow-colored scales, is worth a lot to the upper class of the city-states that seek to flaunt their wealth. So it gives you some reason to fight them, because they may have very annoying mechanics, and sometimes I avoid actively enemies like that, like the Hexen or the Alps. But if you make it valuable to fight them, I'm more inclined to risk it. So a mercenary captain will often find contracts to hunt down serpents, whether to turn them into expensive-looking slippers, or simply because too many a caravan hand lost their life along a trade route, so that business begins to suffer. The shimmering scales are quite resistant to heat and fire. And a taxidermist can also craft an armor attachment out of these for use with your own men. So resistant to heat and fire makes me think it'll give you some sort of resistance to the grenades, perhaps, especially the napalm ones. And maybe perhaps some sort of gunfire. We know there are some types of mortars essentially coming in the game. So very interesting. Let's say you have a build, and this is going to bring me back to Total Warhammer 2, or just Total Warhammer really. The dwarves have a strategy that you can employ. They have a Thane, which is like a hero character. He's a tanky dude, and he can take an item that makes him borderline immune to fire, for what it's worth. He goes out into the fight ahead of everyone else. The enemies blob around him. Their formations wrap around him in a huge, tightly packed formation. And then you rain in fire damage from either your Iron Drakes, who shoot kind of like napalm, or your flame cannons, which are exactly what they sound like. And in that way, you can use him as bait and allow your fire-based damage dealers to do damage from afar very effectively. I'm wondering if there might be a strategy where you build like those napalm grenades, and you have your men, decked out in attachments that give them resistance to fire, and then you send them out into blobs. Let's say you have a lone wolf, perhaps, and his job is just to go directly into the front of the fight, make as many units as you can wrap around him, and then boom, you drop a napalm grenade on top of him, and there you go. You're going to burn everyone else but him. Very interesting. Interesting. So there was some good information here after all. I'm glad I took the time to come and do this a little bit late today. Like I said, I don't really want to go into it, but just negative stuff going on in my life, and trying to work past it. And my YouTube channel will not suffer really because of it. If anything, I've got summer semester right around the corner next week. Yeah, today's the 5th. So yeah, very soon I'm going to be absorbed in some manner of college studies. I think I'm working on, let's see, what's my first class coming up here for the summer semester? Corrections, probation, and parole. Corrections in the community. Interesting. I don't know. Could be interesting. Maybe, possibly. A lot of that stuff is just busy work, though. And it will keep me busy, but hopefully, like I said, my videos, my content won't suffer. Those of you who have stuck with me for a while, waiting for the new Battle Brothers content, and are willing to wait a little bit longer and watch it on my channel, I just want you to know I appreciate you. Guys, I hope y'all are having good days in the midst of all of the craziness. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. It's kind of like a pick your poison type of thing. And don't let it get you down. Stay as positive as you can. If you find some relief in the escapism of video games, that's okay. And I'll always be here. If you need to talk about anything, the comment section is an okay place to do that. You can add me on Steam. We have a Discord channel. I'm not on the Discord channel as much as I would like to be, but that's just because I've got kids and lots of real life responsibilities and other things that keep me occupied. But without being any more real, Devlog 139, The Serpent. Look forward to next week. I'm still waiting on more news related to the actual release date. That's what I'm kind of the most interested in right now. I'd love to know, to be able to plan future content around the release date here. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is going to be the biggest release for me this year. Hopefully it is this year. I just can't wait to be involved in this. So, guys, without any further ado, thank you so much for watching and listening. I'm Brett. My YouTube channel is Goodtalk Gaming. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, y'all.